Extreme knows what is actually is going on right now about what is going on the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. Now we look at the west area, at like the Pacific and also Atlantic. But this fitted by the K hurricane, you can easily clear about where's the eye of the hurricane. But that hurricane is on the Pacific Ocean is still out there, but it's going to head towards the Mexico and a little bit of California. But there's a moderate risk for flooding in that area because this giant little hurricane, but it's slowly weakening. But this the almost the good indicated there's a very good precipitation around the hurricane. What I'm meaning, these also have lots of other bands around this hurricane as well. And also we're going to look at the other one called Atlantic. Trying to said about this hurricane Eli about how much this looked like a good precipitation, but it not have like eye wall, but it's you can see where it could be one in that little center, but the other one you can see around there's a lot of cloud layerings about it because there's a lot of around the shield, not like shield, but like rotating clouds. That's simple term, but some people call it the like something else, but I call it like around the cloud shield. There's lots of around the hurricane, and that hurricane round road itself. All of this rotating around this cloud is always keeping moving. You can see it like in this plane, you can see the cloud slowly rotating itself around like a wheel, but also moving straight line because there's a lot of oscillation underneath the ocean, may it always keeping moving. And not lastly about what is going on with wildfires, and we'll also going to talk about what is going on with wildfires. Because the wildfires is going to be the massive one, because the wildfire is going to be a major one, because the weather fire, you can see where the chance for wildfire. You can see the pink area, and it's really big area because it's really dry enough for wildfires, and also continuous risk around the west. It's a little big area around the country as well, and also there's lots of impacted by it. Because the area we need to look out, because there's a lot of things each area for wildfire going more spreading each hour, but this only go to all the way to like 8 hours, but we need to look at least like 1 hour run backwards. You can see what is going next, and you can see already look like it's calming down, another round wildfires, and another round. Look like almost barely going to reach round the north of Colorado, but actually cannot do it enough areas, at least outwards so far, but barely area right? But it's so far, there's lots of fuel out there because the heat and dry air with the mix is just we need to keep out for much more things going more spread word for the wildfires talking about it. And also we're going to talk about what is going on with hurricanes. You can see by precipitation where the areas will be much more drier and it's so similar for really dry air. It's just not going to keep up for it as well. Because you see the brown and silver areas, that's where the most driest part of the most. But at least this was the hurricane Aya one going to look like on like the front of like a model. You can see where the eye could be around this blue and purple area. And then outside, that's where the outer bands are. And you can see how big, and also I can show you the other one. You can see very good detail of that. But actually you can see even bigger picture under the K on the west one. You can see the hurricane. You can see about the eye of it, and also what is the direction with the spin as well is going on. But I will try to let you know what else is going on with the models. We need to keep on the E1 because this hurricane you can see on the name like Eli, but because this hurricane is so close going barely going hit by Bermuda area. You can see where it's going barely going hit, but it's actually going hit around the winds around like 75 per hour almost, but it's only like tropical storms, and that's it because it's so much we know about it so far, as well as knows about the hurricanes and wildfires. But this is what I also going to talk about today. But we need to keep an eye on the wildfires and the hurricane season because on the way it's just how crazy will it going to be. But this is extreme weather out here.